gather here to celebrate the innovations in ICT and the opportunities and challenges. We look forward for a great event ahead. I would like to invite our honorable ministers, Srimati Fauzia Khan, State Minister, General Administration, Public Health and Family Welfare, School Education, Cultural Affairs, Information and Publicity, Government of Maharashtra, on the dais. And Shri Balasaheb Thorat, Minister, Revenue and Parliance, Government of Maharashtra. Shri Anil Deshmukh, Minister, Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Protection, Government of Maharashtra. Shri J. Satyanarayana, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Government of India. And Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary, IT, Government of Maharashtra. I request all of you to be on the dais for the inauguration, sir. To welcome our guests, I would request Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary IT, Government of Maharashtra, to give a welcome bouquet to our honorable ministers. Srimati Fauzia Khan, State Minister, General Administration, Public Health and Family Welfare, School Education, Government of Maharashtra. Shri Balasaheb Thorat, Minister, Revenue and Parliance, Government of Maharashtra. Shri Anil Deshmukh, Minister, Food and Supplies and Consumer Protection, Government of Maharashtra. Shri J. Satyanarayan, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Government of India. I would request Dr. Ravi Gupta to give a welcome bouquet to Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary IT, Government of Maharashtra. Thank you so much for your presence here. I would now request our dignitaries here on the dais to light the lamp, as it is our tradition to begin something for the event. I will request to light the lamp.
Varda Krishna Koyana Bhadra Godavari.
With the lighting of lamp, I will now request our eminent dignitaries here on the dais to launch our magazine. A magazine, eGov magazine, is basically a magazine which will feature all the ICT projects on e-governance in the state of Maharashtra. This issue we've actually taken it out, taking in account what Maharashtra has the leading projects and the other innovations Maharashtra has been taking on. I would request everybody to launch the magazine here.
May I just highlight that the Secretary IT, Shri Rajesh Agrawal, is the guest editor of this issue, and he has taken a lot of pains to get this very special.
start with, I would now request Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary IT, Government of Maharashtra, to give a welcome address to the audience here. Thank you.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais and friends. Today is a very specialized event meant for senior policy makers in e-governance in Maharashtra and all our technology partners. So all the people you see before you are our technology partners, big companies in Maharashtra, SMEs in Maharashtra, consulting firms helping us. So we don't look at them as suppliers and vendors, we always look them as partners. Maharashtra is at the moment booming in e-commerce. We are led by a CM who is from BITS Pilani, who started a software company in the 70s. And when we talk to him, he asks us incredible technological questions which many times leave us stuck. And in this magazine you have just seen inaugurated, Honorable CM has contributed an article on Unicode. So he is very passionate about Unicode, about use of Marathi. Here we have Thorat Saab, who is Honorable Revenue Minister, and more than that, we look at him as Chairman of e-Gov Committee. Our cabinet in September passed an e-Gov policy. It's a far-reaching policy in the country. Last month, we issued implementation guidelines. And cabinet has also formed a subcommittee on e-governance, which is an empowered committee, which is led by Honorable Thorat Saab. Anil Deshmukh sir is a member, and 6 other ministers are members of that committee. And we had 3 meetings of that committee, very animated meetings, but very fruitful meetings. And a lot of credit goes to Thorat Saab and Anil Deshmukh sir. He has not limited himself to his department PDS in e-Gov, but in those meetings, he actively contributes to computerization efforts of other departments also. Now, under Thorat Saab, Revenue Department is taking great strides. Settlement Commissioner is computerizing a lot of things, and he is initiating a hybrid satellite plus ground survey. And after more than 100 years, last survey in Maharashtra happened during Anderson's days. Now, IGR stamps, they are moving from desktop-based computerization to web-based computerization. They're linking with Satbara and Settlement Commissioner offices also. So each Avadi is another project which Sir has initiated. So Talatis carry laptops and give Satbara on the spot. So in December last year, he issued orders that from 1st January 2012, manual Satbara month. Only computer printouts will be given, and that has given a huge push to digitization of Satbara records. Our second honorable dignitary today, Mr. Anil Deshmukh, is a member of e-Gov committee, as I said, and PDS department is trying to introduce computerization in more fundamental ways than just introducing gadgetry at PDS shops. Our MOS, Mrs. Fawzia Khan, she is an active writer, contributor in our e-Gov policy. When 7-8 months back I took that policy to her for her signature, she said, leave it with me. She read it multiple times, and she made us add at least 4 or 5 new paras and very valuable contribution to e-Gov policy framework. And since she is handling GAD also, she is not only concerned with G2C, but she added a lot of G2E elements in our e-Gov policy. So that way it's slightly different from other state governments. And she is also quite focused on Aadhaar and its linkage with other departments. Satyanarayana sir has joined GOI recently, but he is a very well-known figure in e-governance since 2 decades at least. And we are lucky that ours is practically the first state government, the first state he has visited, and after this event he is visiting our SDC and SWAN also. And we hope that he will be as generous, if not more so, as his predecessors towards the state of Maharashtra. So I welcome him. Now my friend Ravi Gupta, he is an old friend since about a decade, and he is a very visible face of e-governance in the country. eGov magazine, digital health, digital learning, these have taken the eGov concepts across the country. And last 1 month I have seen him and his team members, especially Rachita, work really very, very hard to make this event a good event, a successful event, and a meaningful event. I also welcome all the senior secretaries present here, Gautam sir, Ajay Bhushan sir, my friends Sudhir Thakre, Vikas Karke, and all our partners. So I will stop here. There are a lot of idea sharing during the day, there are a lot of panel discussions. So my best wishes for everything, my best wishes to the eGov group, and my sincere thanks to the Honorable Ministers and Secretary Government of India present. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an encouraging welcome address, I would say. Now I request Dr. Ravi Gupta, Editor-in-Chief, eGov magazine, to give a small introduction to the event.
Good morning to you, and good morning to all the eminent dignitaries on the dais. After a very elaborate introduction by the Secretary IT, I think it's a tough job to talk about the event, but I will still make a small attempt and to give you overall perspective and the idea about this event. This event is a conference, an expo and awards about e-Maharashtra, and the vision was to spotlight on the state and its initiatives and efforts in bringing a digitally inclusive society and bringing all stakeholders with common concerns together. As Sir mentioned about the officials are here, the partners are here, and the users are here. So knowledge sharing is a very important objective which this event is trying to fulfill. And so our agenda as a eGov magazine is to go across states and organize regional summits so that we are able to bring out case studies and ideas which can be shared across states. And this is the overall session structure of the day. We have sessions across the whole spectrum. And just to give you a brief idea about the organization, ILETS, which is the behind these magazines, eGov, eHealth and Digital Learning. We are the oldest magazine on e-governance in not only India, the whole Asia. And same thing about our eHealth magazine, which was launched in 2006, and same thing about Education magazine, which was again launched in 2005. And we keep on organizing these events across the country to build networks of practice in the field of ICTs. India is one of the largest ICT events of India, and each World Forum we do annually in Delhi to bring in the global leaders at one place. We organize World Education Summit annually. We do security event which is about physical safety, security, and cyber security and ICT issues. Smart city about ICT in urban areas, and we do health care leaders forum for ICT in health issues. And through these all work, we are building a network which is offline, which is face to face, and also online through our ILETS online platform, where perhaps the largest repository of e-governance, e-health and digital learning ideas is shared online anywhere in I think whole Asia. This is the largest ICT portal of whole Asia. And we have document all these ideas through audios, videos, PPTs, papers, awards, articles, news interviews, audios at one place. And all our events are organized on like this portal. And all the papers and the videos of like each event is like documented here. And we are like building an online repository of various companies and projects here. Like you can have a look here. And with like this small intro, I will just like say that knowledge, learning, and sharing is fun, and let the fun begin here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Shrimati Fauzia Khan, State Minister, General Administration, Public Health and Family Welfare, School Education, Cultural Affairs, Information and Publicity, Government of Maharashtra, to give an inauguration speech to the audience. Thank you.
Honorable Shri Balasaji Thorat, Revenue Minister of the State. Honorable Shri Anil Deshmukh Ji, Minister for Food and Civil Supplies. Secretary IT, Mr. Rajesh Agarwal Ji. Secretary DIT Government of India, Shri J. Satyanarayan Ji, Shri Ravi Gupta Ji. Ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely happy to be giving the inaugural speech at this event, which according to me is a very important occasion in view of the future of governance as a whole. Because good governance implies extraordinary efficiency and effectiveness. If we can deliver with speed and transparency, the people are getting their due. Pace, I feel, speed is the key word of this era. We no longer have to sail across the 7 seas and fly across the 7 skies to reach anywhere we want or to connect anywhere at any time. The blink of an eyelid, the touch of a fingertip can take you to any corner of the globe or bring any information to your doorstep. That is the situation today. Life is moving at mind-boggling pace. A person no longer has to physically move to reach anywhere he or she wants. Once a poet has said, "What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows." I think this is extremely true of today's life. We have no time to stand and stare. We have to move. We have to keep moving at a very, very fast pace. And the governance or the government has to be part of this inevitable change. We cannot keep ourselves away from it. Technology has been the core and make pace in this era so effective. And that is why coming back from conventional methods to technological methods is the challenge that we all face. People I see sitting here today, especially from Government of Maharashtra, are the ones who have taken initiatives, who have tried to do their best in this. Because technology is the answer to all our problems. It is only technology that can overcome slowness, that can overcome inefficiency, that can overcome red tapeism, deliberate red tapeism, that can overcome ambiguity, because it's a human independent system. I'm proud to be part of a government which is one of the pioneers in taking initiatives and taking this forward. Many of our departments have taken very good initiatives. To mention some of them is National Rural Health Mission, which is the first department to make a paperless e-filing, which can be handled from anywhere. Mr. Vikas Kharge was in UP, Uttar Pradesh, for election duty, and when he returned, he had zero pendency with his files because he could do it from there. Rural Development Department is another department which has taken very good initiative, and we have about, I think, 25,000 Zilla Parishads where internet has been installed, and we are now working with two-way connectivity, video conferencing facility. In Education Department, we have done the master plan through GIS mapping. We carry admissions through online mode. We are doing gradation of schools online. Many initiatives by School Education Department. We have in the Health Department to PHC level, we have now given computers, and at the revenue level, I think we have taken very good initiatives under the leadership of Balasabji Thorat. We are now connected to commissionerates, collectorates, even to taluka level. In Mantralaya, we have the file tracking, the DGMS system. We have the CSCs. Many areas. I may be forgetting some of them, but many departments have picked up. And I think what is important is programs like this where we can share our practices, where we can share our initiatives which will help us to go forward. Of course, in the department, I will not say that there are no challenges. There are immense challenges before us. When we talk to any department, I think first of all there is problem with skilled manpower or training or capacity building of the existing people in the department. There is problem of resistance because it's not easy for us to come out of the conventional mode and move to the technological mode. There is problem of connectivity because once we decide to take initiative at any local level, immediately the problem comes, it's very remote, we have problem of expense for connectivity. These problems, these challenges are there. But once our champions of progress move forward, take new initiatives, I see the future as very bright. Very soon, with our e-governance policy in hand, with the e-vision which we have called from all the departments, and all of them have given us their vision of what areas they would like to take up this in their departments. I see that we have a very bright future ahead. Maharashtra especially has made its mark, has made its presence felt in Government of India, I suppose, with being very fast in the UID project. Recently I was answering a question in the assembly session regarding voters lists and the number of mistakes which are there, the complaints which were received. When I was talking to them, I felt if this were handled manually, it would have been an impossible task. But with technology in place, we can always get the names corrected, we can always do it in one click of a button, and the number of people who are dead or people who have moved out, such names can be brought in front. So it involves a lot of speed and a lot of efficiency. I can only say that we will have to sit together all the people who are taking initiative have to make sure that we are also able to pass this on to some of us who are not very enthusiastic about it. If we are able to do that, and like a contagious disease, if we are able to pass on our initiative to others, I think it will have a very positive effect. I think it's going to be a very enriching day with all the deliberations, with all the topics that we have decided for ourselves. I wish the conference all the best. Thank you very much.
I now invite Shri Anil Deshmukh, Minister of Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Protection, Government of Maharashtra, to give a keynote address to the audience.
Revenue Minister of Government of Maharashtra, Sri Bala Samjit, State Minister Srimati Fawzia Khan, Secretary IT Government of India, Satyanarayan ji, Sri Ravi Gupta, Sri Ravi Agrawal, Senior Secretaries of Government of Maharashtra, different technical partners who are participating in this seminar, and dear friends. First of all, I congratulate IT department for organizing this very important seminar. And also I congratulate IT department, concerned minister and secretary for the good work they have done as far as the Aadhaar is concerned. You know, Aadhaar, I think Maharashtra is the leading state in Aadhaar. And very shortly we are starting the second phase from 1st May. And by next year, most probably we will complete the 100% enrollment of Aadhaar in Maharashtra. And this will be the first state in whole of India to complete enrollment of Aadhaar in Maharashtra. As a Minister of Public Distribution System, PDS system, we are also trying to introduce e-governance in our department. We have started the work of compilation of PDS department as a whole. Already we had obtained the NIC software. Central government has given that software. Our data entry work is already in progress. And very shortly we'll do the compilation of our whole department. I am very much thankful to central government. Recently I heard that already central government under the MMP program, Mission Mode Project program, they are already undertaken the PDS department and they are going to fund the project. And I think this will be very much helpful. Also, since Honorable Secretary IT department is here, we also given one project on kerosene. Because you know, everybody is aware that a lot of diversion of kerosene is there not in Maharashtra, in every state. To make it foolproof, you know, how to deposit that subsidy to the beneficiaries' account. We have already given one pilot project to Government of India. We have given the presentation to Sri Nandan Nilekani sir. He also liked that project. In case Government of India sanctioned that project, then we'll also introduce that project in Maharashtra. With this, I very much thankful to the concerned minister for inviting me for this program. The deliberation in this program is definitely exclusive in many avenues. And I'm very happy that in Maharashtra many departments are introducing this computerization and e-governance in the respective department. And I think Marathi language we have taken as a lead language for this computerization and e-governance. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Now we have, I request Shri Balasaheb Thorat, Minister Revenue and Card Lines, Government of Maharashtra, to give a keynote address to the audience. Thank you.
ई-गव्हर्नच्या ई-महाराष्ट्र आजच्या परिसंवादासाठी उपस्थित असलेले महाराष्ट्र शासनाचे सन्माननीय मंत्री, नागरी पुरवठा मंत्री नामदार अनिलजी देशमुख, राज्यमंत्री नामदार श्रीमती फौजिया खान, उपस्थित असलेले सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटचे IT करता सेक्रेटरी श्रीयुत सत्यनारायण जी, उपस्थित डॉक्टर रवि गुप्ता जी, IT सेक्रेटरी राजेश जी अग्रवाल, उपस्थित असलेले सर्व अधिकारी वर्ग, सर्व NGOs, IT क्षेत्रात काम करणारी सर्व बंधू आणि भगिनी, आजचा हा ई-महाराष्ट्र ई-गव्हर्नन्सचा हा सेमिनार आपला दिवसभर चालणारा आहे. खरं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय येणार होते, पण आज महाराष्ट्रामध्ये माननीय राहुलजी गांधी आहेत, त्यांचे कार्यक्रम आहेत, त्यामुळे ते येऊ शकले नाही. आणि मलाही वाटलं होतं की मी सुद्धा गुंतून जाईल, परंतु आमच्या करता वेळ थोडासा वेगळा आला आणि ही संधी तुमच्यामध्ये येण्याची मला मिळालेली आहे. एकंदर महाराष्ट्र राज्यामध्ये ई-गव्हर्नन्स राबवलं पाहिजे याकरता म्हणून प्रयत्न आपले सुरू आहेत. विविध विभाग त्यांच्या पद्धतीनं काम करतायत आणि मला निश्चित खात्री की आजच्या परिसंवादामुळं पुढच्या कालखंडामध्ये एक चांगल्या प्रकारचं स्वरूप त्याला प्राप्त होईल. आमची कॅबिनेट सब कमिटी सुद्धा आहे, तिचा अध्यक्ष मी आहे. त्यामध्ये आणखी 5 मंत्री माझ्या समेत आहेत, अधिकारी वर्ग आहे. फौजिया खान मॅडम मात्र त्यात नव्हत्या, आता इथून पुढे त्यामध्ये त्या सुद्धा येतील आणि त्यांची मदत आम्हाला त्यामध्ये निश्चितपणे होईल. पण मधला काळ थोडासा निवडणुका आणि यामध्ये आचारसंहिता या सगळ्या धावपळीत केल्या होत्या, मिटिंग झाल्या नाही, पण आता पुन्हा कंटिन्यू मिटिंग आम्ही करून त्या बाबतीतलं धोरण सुद्धा लवकरच कॅबिनेट सब कमिटीचं कॅबिनेट पुढे आणणार आहोत. एकंदर बदलत्या काळाबरोबर आपलं ऑनलाईन किंवा ई-गव्हर्नन्सचं महत्व खूप मोठं आहे हे नाकारता येणार नाही. ज्यावेळेस देशामध्ये एखादं आंदोलन सुरू होतं, विशेषतः भ्रष्टाचाराविरुद्ध आंदोलन सुरू होतं आणि खूप मोठा प्रतिसाद जनतेमधून मिळत असताना आपण पाहतो. माझं अत्यंत स्पष्ट मत आहे की जनतेमध्ये असंतोष आहे, कारण जनतेला अनेक प्रकारे त्रास होतो असतो, हेलपाट्याचा त्रास असतो, खर्चाचा त्रास असतो, त्याचं काम लवकर होत नाही. आणि ह्या सगळ्याला एकच उत्तर आहे, ते म्हणजे ई-गव्हर्नन्स करणं. आपण जर चांगल्या पद्धतीनं उपयोग जर केला ऑनलाईन पद्धतीचा, सर्व डिपार्टमेंटनी चांगल्या पद्धतीनं काम त्यामध्ये केलं, तर 2-3 गोष्टी होत असतात. एक तर त्यामुळे खूप सहजता येत असते, कोणतंही काम सहज होतं, गतिमानता येत असते, काम गतीनं होतं आणि पारदर्शकता येत असते, कारण माणसाचा हात लागत नाही. जिथं माणसाचा हात लागायला सुरुवात झाली तर अडचणीची सुरुवात होत असते, काही नाकारता येत नाही. मानवी दोष सुद्धा त्यामध्ये आहेत. आणि म्हणून पारदर्शकतेकरता, गतीकरता आणि परफेक्शन, अॅक्युरसी हे सुद्धा ई गव्हर्नन्स मधून मिळत असतं. आणि ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी करता म्हणून आपण किती वेगानं हे कामामध्ये पुढे जातो आहोत, तर लवकरात लवकर सगळा सेटअप आपला ई गव्हर्नन्सचा कसा करू शकतो याच्यावर खूप मोठं दिलासा सर्व नागरिकांना मिळणार आहे. आणि मला वाटतं आपण जर त्यात खूप चांगलं काम करू शकलो तर लोकांमधला असंतोष सुद्धा दूर करण्याची ताकद या सिस्टीम मध्ये हे कोणालाही नाकारता येणार नाही. आणि म्हणून आपल्या खूप गती यामध्ये या पुढच्या काळामध्ये घ्यावी लागणार आहे. खरं ते विविध विभागांनी खूप चांगले प्रयत्न त्यामध्ये केलेले दिसतात. प्रत्येकाने प्रयत्न केला. माननीय अनिलजी देशमुख यांनी सांगितलं का नागरी पुरवठा विभागामध्ये कशा पद्धतीने आम्ही प्रयत्न केलाय. ग्रामविकास विभागानं सुद्धा ग्रामपंचायत पर्यंत तिथला ग्रामसेवक सुद्धा आता त्याची ग्रामपंचायत ही पद्धतीनं चालवणार आहे. प्रत्येक विभागानं केलाय. आमचा महसूल विभागानं सुद्धा मी तर जास्तीत जास्त भर त्यामध्ये दिलेला आहे, कारण त्यामध्ये सर्वसामान्य माणसाला मदत होण्याकरता खूप चांगलं काम होऊ शकतं. मला 2-3 गोष्टी वाटतात ज्याचा उल्लेख मुद्दाम आपण सर्वजण एकत्र आल्यानंतर मी इथे करतोय की प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंट हे काम करते. प्रत्येकाचा जास्तीत जास्त भर आहे. आपले सर्व सेक्रेटरी त्याकरता मदत करतायत. IT सेक्रेटरी अग्रवालजी अगदी त्यांनी खूप पुढाकार यामध्ये घेतलेला आहे. निना कंपन्या, निना सॉफ्टवेअर्स घेऊन येत आहेत पुढं. परंतु हे सर्व जे आपण करतो आहोत त्यामध्ये कुठेतरी सुसूत्रता असणं अत्यंत आवश्यक आहे. विविध डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये आपण ज्यावेळेस करतोय त्यावेळेस प्रत्येकाची लँग्वेज वेगळी, प्रत्येकाचा सॉफ्टवेअर वेगळा, कुणी कोणाशी कनेक्ट नाही असं होण्याची सुद्धा शक्यता खूप नाकारता येत नाही. मी सहज म्हणून उदाहरण इथे देईल की आम्ही सुद्धा महसूल विभागामध्ये महाई सेवा केंद्राच्या रूपानं लोकांना अनेक सुविधा देण्याचा प्रयत्न आता करतो आहोत. नांदेड आणि औरंगाबाद जिल्हा त्यामध्ये खूप पुढे गेला. जवळजवळ 121 प्रकारच्या सुविधा त्यामध्ये निर्माण करून दिलेल्या आहेत. हे करत असताना महाई सेवा केंद्र प्रत्येक सर्कलला, सजाला टाकण्याचा प्रयत्न आपल्या नागरिकांना सहजता त्यामध्ये आली. ई डिस्ट्रिक्ट योजना आम्ही आणली की आता घरातूनच आपले स्कॅन करून सगळे काही डॉक्युमेंट्स पाठवायचे, ते चेक होतील आणि तुम्हाला सर्टिफिकेट आपोआप तुमच्या प्रिंट आउट मधून इथपर्यंत प्रयत्न आपला चाललेला आहे. परंतु एका बाजूला ग्रामविकास विभाग काम करतोय, नागरिक पुरवठा विभाग काम करतोय, दुसरीकडे रेव्हेन्यू विभाग काम करतोय. पण यांची संलग्नता एकामेकाशी काय असा जर प्रश्न विचारला तर कदाचित ती नसण्याची शक्यता नाकारता येत नाही. म्हणून ई गव्हर्नन्स करत असताना ते एखाद्या कोळ्याच्या जाळ्याप्रमाणे असलं पाहिजे. मी आपल्याला सहज सांगेल की कोळ्याचं जाळं आपल्या सगळ्यांना माहिती म्हटलं तर ते प्रत्येक त्याची दिशा वेगळी असते, पण ते पुन्हा एकामेकाला जोडलेलं असतं. आज स्थिती इथं सुधीर ठाकरेजी बसलेले आहेत. मला माहिती त्यांची ग्रामपंचायत आमचं महाई सेवा केंद्र जोडलं जाणार नाही. ते जर जोडलं गेलं नाही तर प्रत्येकाचा पुन्हा वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीनं हे होणार आहे. म्हणजे ते या करता NICचा उपयोग आपण करत असतो. इतर आता गुप्ताजी इथं आहेत. सत्यनारायणजींनी खूप काम आंध्रमध्ये केलेलं आहे आणि ते सांगत होते की आता कोणत्या सर्टिफिकेट करता, कोणत्या दाखल्या करता 15 मिनिटापेक्षा जास्त वेळ लागणार नाही. कारण सगळे डॉक्युमेंट इतके डिजिटलायझेशन डिजिटलाइज करून ठेवलेले आहेत की तुम्ही फक्त तुमचं कोणतं नाव टाईप केल्यानंतर त्याचे सगळे दाखले एकत्र करायचे आणि देऊन टाकायचं. इतकं सोपं त्यांनी केलेलं आहे. हे इतकं सोपं झालंच पाहिजे. निश्चित ताकद या तंत्रज्ञानामध्ये ती आहे, परंतु त्याबरोबर ते एकमेकाशी संलग्न सुद्धा असले पाहिजे. आधार कार्ड आपलं वेगळंच आहे. इतर आपण पाहतो की मतदारांची यादीच वेगळंच आहे. आपलं युनिक कार्ड एक वेगळं आहे. आम्ही आता काढणार आहोत. आम्ही पाहतोय की जातीच्या दाखल्यापेक्षा फॅमिली कार्ड देता येतं का असा प्रयत्न आमचा चाललेला आहे. प्रत्येकाचा आहे, वेगवेगळं आहे, परंतु एकामेकाला जोडलेलं नाही. हा जो प्रश्न दिसतो आहे तो सोडवण्याची गरज मला वाटते. आणि तसं जर करू शकलो आणि सगळ्या डिपार्टमेंटनी ऑनलाईन पद्धतीने आपण गेलो तर खूप चांगलं काम हे निश्चितपणे होऊ शकतं. तर आता दुपारी आपल्या समवेत आमचे जमाबंदी आयुक्त चंद्रकांतजी दळवी सुद्धा बोलणारे असं मला समजलं. महसूल विभागामध्ये आम्ही जे काम करतो आहोत, महायश केंद्र ह्या सगळ्यातून करतो, ही डिस्ट्रिक्ट योजना चालू आहे. पूर्णपणे शेतकऱ्याचं रेकॉर्डचं सुद्धा डिजिटलाइज करून त्याला 7/12 मिळाला पाहिजे, त्याचे फेरफार एकाच याच्यात मिळाले पाहिजे, चतुर्सीमा असल्या पाहिजे, या दृष्टीने सुद्धा प्रयत्न हे चाललेले. पुढे टायटल कार्ड पर्यंत आम्हाला जाऊन पोहोचायचे शेतकऱ्याच्या करता आणि किंवा प्रॉपर्टी कार्ड मध्ये सुद्धा. ही सगळी कामं आपण करतो आहोत, परंतु याचा थिंक टँक जो आहे तो मात्र सगळ्या विभागाचा एकत्र असला पाहिजे आणि ते एकमेकाशी जोडलेले असले पाहिजे, अशी अपेक्षा या निमित्तानं माझी आहे. आजच्या या सेमिनार मधून निश्चितपणे आपले चांगल्या प्रकारचा विचार घेऊन आणि एकत्र पद्धतीनं हा निर्णय पुढच्या काळाकरता, नाही तर पुन्हा नवे सॉफ्टवेअर, नवीन थिंकिंग, पुन्हा नवा विचार, नवी पॉलिसी असं घेऊन येत जावं लागेल. कारण रोज हे नवं होत असतं हे सुद्धा आपल्याला माहिती आहे, पण लॉंग टर्मचा विचार करून त्यामध्ये ही पॉलिसी ठरवली जावी आणि तसा विचार या निमित्तानं आजच्या परिसंवादामध्ये व्हावा अशी अपेक्षा या निमित्तानं मी व्यक्त करतो. आपल्याला दिवसभरच्या कामकाजाकरता शुभेच्छा देतो आणि माझे 2 शब्द संपवतो.
Thank you, sir. I now request Shri J. Satyanarayana, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Government of India, to give a keynote address.
Honorable Minister for Revenue, Shri Thorat, Honorable Minister for Food and Civil Supplies, Shri Anil Deshmukh ji, Honorable Minister for General Administration, Mrs. Fauziya Khan, Secretary IT, Shri Rajesh Agarwal, and Editor Ego Magazine, Ravi Gupta. All the delegates to this conference, press and media, ladies and gentlemen, it's really my pleasure to be here this morning to attend this important event, which basically is to spur further activity in the area of e-governance in the state of Maharashtra. And I understand that not only the functionaries, senior officials of the government, but also active members of the industry are also here, and it's a good occasion for sharing thoughts and taking stock of the situation and see what needs to be done. I just put together a kind of a perspective from the national level. How does it look like from Delhi? What all is happening at the field level? So I will. And today the department, actually last week we had a renaming ceremony for our department. Previously it was DIT, now it is DIT. So it of course conveys more sense than one. Like IT, deity is also everywhere. It is in all of us, there is a deity. That is the belief that we have in India. So it is so all pervasive today, the electronics and IT, that I think the name is quite appropriate. Now, this department in the Ministry of Communications and IT, Government of India, we have, for the purpose of the 12th 5-year plan, these 9 thrust areas I have shown 7 of them here. E-government, which of course is the theme of this conference, e-learning, e-security, e-industry, and industry on both sides, the electronics and hardware side, and also on the software side, which has been conventionally for the last 10-15 years, the focus has been on software side. Now, we are also equally concerned with the development in the electronics side. So, this focus area has come. Innovation, R&D, and e-inclusion. How do you carry everybody in this country along with you? So, with these thrust areas, the 12th five-year plan document has been prepared. And as you will see later, in one of the slides, the funds are not the problem today. Problems are elsewhere, which I will touch upon. Now, just a quick recap of what has happened in the last, say, 5 to 6 years in this area. The revenue of IT and ITES, the industry, last year we crossed, it's a very auspicious thing, we crossed the 3-digit figure, crossed into the 3-digit area, $100 million last year, which constitutes 7.5% of the GDP. And also, correspondingly, the exports have increased, the employment has increased close to about 28 lakh people are engaged in the IT industry across the country. And then we have formulated 2 new policies last year. The national policy on electronics, that is on the hardware side, so as to bring back the focus on the manufacturer in this country. Otherwise, we are depending heavily on imports, and it is expected that if we continue with the same trend, by year 2020, we will be spending more of foreign exchange on importing hardware than on oil in this country. So we need to put some corrective action in place. So that is the provocation for this policy. And also a policy on IT, which though we have been quite successful, recognized globally as a superpower. Several states, including Maharashtra, they have got their own policies. But at the national level, there are documents, but no formal policy as such. So we are bringing out a document. And the National E-Governance Plan, it has 31 mission mode projects, including, as the Honorable Minister has just said, PDS has also been, public distribution system has been added recently along with health and education in this portfolio, which is included in this 31. So out of them, some of the early starters like Ministry of Corporate Affairs, online from 2006. So far about 4 crore transactions have happened online. Everything is online, there is no paper that is taken there. People can deal electronically only. And also Passport Seva project, where 70 out of 77 PSKs have been rolled out. Today, it is a totally transformed situation. One did not go at 4 AM or 5 AM and stand in line. You have to take appointment online. Of course, currently there are in metropolitan cities, there are problems in getting an appointment. But once you get an appointment, it is a breeze through. Once you have inside the Passport Seva Kendra, it is maximum of 45 minutes, you come out and you know the result. The transparency, as the Honorable Minister has been mentioning just now, the transparency part is very clear. At the end of those 45 minutes, you should know whether you are getting your passport, yes or no, and when you are going to get it. So this is two examples I have given here, but there are several other examples of this type in the NEGP. And a lot of infrastructure has been laid out, like the data centers, wide area networks in all the states, and CSCs, nearly 1 lakh CSCs across the country. And National Knowledge Network is another, linking up all the educational institutions of higher learning, and research in this country, all the IITs and IIMs and universities, almost 1,500 of them with a gigabit fiber across the country. And then in R&D also, we have a center of nanoelectronics right in Mumbai, and also a supercomputing facility also in Maharashtra, in Pune. And BOSS is also an open source based operating system, which has also about 10 lakh users already user base in the country to kind of promote local operating systems rather than dependency forever on exotic kind of imported operating systems. So some quick highlights I have mentioned here in this page. And this is the new IT policy that has been unveiled, that means in a draft stage, which is at a draft stage at this point, and it's going through a process of consultation with various ministries. Pretty soon this will be an approved policy. And the focus, the target here is that the IT revenue should reach from 100, we are currently at 100 billion. The target is the next 8 years it should be $300 billion. And of course, with it, the corresponding enhancement in the employment potential that it will have. Focus on e-governance is very much there, and also the theme of this conference. And the key thing there is the e-services. One commitment given the policy, which is significant, is that service delivery, electronic service delivery, will be mandatory as far as departments are concerned, and it will be a fundamental right or basic right of the citizen in future. So citizens have a right, less like right to education, right to employment, right to e-service. We are about to, the bill is in the parliament, is in a consultative stage at this point, electronic service delivery bill. So this is also very significant change. It is a mindset change. As I mentioned in my opening remark, that it is all pervasive. We have to accept, like air, water and electricity, e-governance should be in the chemistry of all the departments, so to say. It is not a separate department. I think eventually the IT department should be abolished. It should become part and parcel of every department and way of life. So that is what we are envisaging here. And Indian language technology also very important. And I am happy that Government of Maharashtra is also taking a special initiative. We have a lot of funds going into this area from Government of India as well. But at the state level, this is really very encouraging and very nice that the state government is coming up with a laboratory, language laboratory, which is dedicated to develop Marathi language on the internet. Innovation, creation of additional 10 million jobs by 2020, and making one person in each household illiterate. We have an excellent example in Kerala, where they have picked up this concept some 10 years ago, and they have achieved it. Every household has one illiterate person. Because when you are saying that e-governance is the way, everything will be electronic in course of time. So we should not cut out the certain sections of the population. We should be inclusive in that regard. So that is the, and last but not least is the security. Security and creating an ecosystem that is absolutely secure and people feel security, and again privacy, not invading the privacy of the individuals. They are like two sides of a coin. So these are all the components at the national level for the IT policy. And the electronic policy, which is the other side, which is picking up now, is also a set of recommendations. I don't want to go into them at this point of time because it's not squarely in the theme of this conference. But the short point is, we want to focus on manufacture and create about 28 lakh jobs by 2020 and $300 billion also here as a target by 2020. So that we don't depend on imports, especially from, today 40% of the world market is dominated by China. It is manufacturing, in terms of manufacturing. They have, over the last decade and a half, they have step by step captured. And 50% of what we use in India is from China. So is such a dependence good for us? Are we happy with that? That is, as Indians, we have to think about it. And that is also a provocation for this kind of a policy. Now, as far as the funding and the initiatives jointly undertaken by Government of India in Maharashtra with the help of Maharashtra government, by commitment from my side and from my department side, that sky is the limit. We have had a recent conference where Rajesh was also there, and we gave the assurance that it is up to you to spend. 60 is not the limit. We have a lot more to offer. There is no limit. In fact, we have 1,000 crore budget in the government of India, and unless we take steps on a war footing, there is no way we can utilize the whole budget. So it is up to the government of Maharashtra to drive the whole initiative and of e-governance, and e-governance budget itself is 1,000 crores compared to 300 crores last year. So it's more than 3 times that we have this year to spend. So every day counts. So my request to all those present here is take advantage in whatever manner we are there to support you with fund support, guidance, whatever is needed here. Now, to do that, 60 crores plus, it could be 100 crores also, depends, as I said, on your capacity to utilize in a gainful manner. Is first of all to prepare the action plan for this year with a strategy, clear strategy. What am I going to achieve this year? What kind of activities, responsibilities, who will do what, specific targets and outcomes. At the end of the day, in a political, democratic setup, what is expected is, what is it to me as a citizen? You are spending so many 1,000 crores fine, but at the end of the day, what am I getting? That is the bottom line. So we have to see in terms of outcomes vis-a-vis the citizen. And large pilots, if any pilots are needed, can take 6 months and roll out across the state by March 2030. That way a lot of, these resources can be utilized. Building capacity at various levels is another important, not only at the official level, but also it is needed at various political levels of exposure, so that once the political will is there, the rest will follow. As the Honorable Revenue Minister was telling, though I don't know Marathi, but I could make out that. I'm just giving an example, recent example from an earlier experience, where the Honorable Chief Minister took upon himself in one meeting. He said, can you give all the certificates that people go to government office? Quite 60% of the people go to Tehsil officers, revenue officers, other government, only for certificates. Can you give it in 15 minutes? So we took it as a challenge, worked backwards, and made whatever is required to do that. We created for land records, for birth records, for caste, income, all these things. Databases have been created and digitally signed at one time by the Tehsildar. Digitally signed, not ink signed. And it is made available in the portal. And any kiosk, CSC, anywhere in the pilot district at this point, you could download it in a fraction of a minute, print it on a special stationery and give it. So the kiosk operator, the Tehsildar signature used to be powerful till yesterday, but today the initial of the CSC operator is equally powerful. So we transferred the power, we disempowered one section, empowered the cutting edge section. That is what happened. The ink signature has been killed literally through this process. So it's a kind of a fundamental change, grassroots level change. People are appreciating. I don't have to go around, I don't have to spend XYZ amount for getting my certificate. So this is only one example. Same thing is possible in healthcare, so such transformation is possible in education and so many other fields. Only sky is the limit for our imagination. Now, the other point I am mentioning today is the replication of successes from across the country. Why should we reinvent the wheel every time? Today, fortunately, with the cloud technology, it's possible. Where do you know is Yahoo or Google? Where is it residing? Where is Facebook? Where is Skype? We are using day to day. Within a few minutes, you can start taking the service. So service and outcome we want today. We don't know the mechanics, we don't need to know the technology today. Why can't we use it in e-governance? Why should we break our heads with so many Somebody has done all that logic somewhere, let us use it. It's all one India. It may be different state, but one country. Let us quickly pick it up. That framework is very, very important today. We should not stand on some. Maharashtra has done extremely good in commercial tax. Why should we? Software as service, it could be given to Assam, it could be given to. Today it is possible. A few years ago, couple of years ago, it may not have been possible. Today, it is fortunately possible. So let us do the legal responsibility, the transfer of power, which I said, disempowering some section, empowering some other section, should happen through a set of rules. Then, as I again repeat, the key is across the counter service. The transparency is only when you give it across the counter or over the internet. The physical dependency should be minimized, eliminated as far as possible. So that is the, once you target it across the counter service, then it creates tremendous sense of satisfaction to the citizen, and all the ailments of the system, bureaucratic system, will go. So that is what I am suggesting. In this year, conscious effort should be made. The plans have to be aligned. Our thinking from output basis to outcome basis. So I am just summarizing this as the need of the hour. We need to impact the citizens. We don't have time for it. We have to do pretty fast. From output to outcome approach. We need an overarching framework for enlarging, for scaling up, for replicating success stories. There are no time for pilots, more pilots, etc. Let us have a big bang and pervade the whole state of Maharashtra, picking up good practices from panchayats, from health, from education, from different parts of the country. Quickly do it. So it's standards-based, harmonizing, integrating, pan-India footprint, is possible. That enables quick replication. And last but not least is the leadership. I am very, very happy that 3 honorable ministers are with us on the stage today here, participating in this event. The kind of political will that exists is indicated here. And from Rajesh, I learned that the Honorable Chief Minister himself is a great, he was a great computer engineer himself. And it gives, what more do you need for, you can't have it everywhere, such kind of fortunate circumstances. You must exploit that and make the best of such a political environment that exists today. And both we need that leadership and capacity at various levels, not only at political policy levels, but also at the program. Somebody has to sit down and plan out the whole thing. Somebody has to roll it out at the field level. It's all 3 levels we need, capacity and leadership. That's what is needed to be consciously built. And we have also Nandan Nilekani committee currently looking at these HR needs across India in the e-governance field. They are going to come up with a set of recommendations because we have excellent caliber in this country, both within the government as well as outside the government in the industry. How do we work like two hands or 2 legs? They coordinate in a synchronous manner. In the like manner, industry, government, we need to coordinate and really produce the result. That for which key, HR is the key. So that policy we are coming up so as to make it happen. Currently, I am told Maharashtra has very few people in the IT department. 4 or 5 officers are only working. Of course, supported by 10-12 people in the SCMT. But is it required? Is it sufficient? Do we have to scale it up? In what manner? These issues also need to be examined quickly by the IT department in the year 12-13. I think already Maharashtra, very good work has been done. One of the forerunners, I would say, programs like eSetu. I remember 10-12 years ago I visited here and they were having at the district eSetu where some routine services were being given across the counter in those days. So they have come a long way since that time, whether it is commercial tax, whether it is e-office. It's very impressive, but we must really now take a big leap at this point of time, leapfrog into in the year 12-13. That is, I'm sure that this conference here would provide the right setting, right thought process, right vibration between all of us, so that end of March 2013 we have much better status. And the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say, that by March 2013, how many lakh, how many million, how many crore e-transactions are happening, reaching the citizen. What is my target and where am I? Only one yardstick only will measure the caliber of Rajesh sitting here in March 2013. And I wish him all the best and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, I would like to request Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary IT Government of Maharashtra, to give a token of appreciation to our honorable ministers. Shri Anil Deshmukh, Minister, Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Protection, Government of Maharashtra. Srimati Fawzia Khan, State Minister, General Administration, Cultural Affairs, Information and Publicity, Government of Maharashtra. And Shri J. Satyanarayana, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Government of India. I would now request Rachita Jha from eGov Magazine to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Honorable Minister Shri Thorat, Shri Anil Deshmukh, Srimati Fawzia Khan to take out time from their extremely busy schedule and support us in our initiative. And I would also like to extend thanks to Shri Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary IT Government of Maharashtra, who is also the program chair and the guest editor of the magazine. He has been the driving force behind that magazine, and really he guided the entire, each and every page has his thoughts in the magazine. And we would also like to thank the sponsors and our supporting partners. The Government of Maharashtra has been a big support for us, and supported by Aadhaar. Yashoda is our academic partner. They supported us in building the academic part of the event. The Maha Online, our gold sponsor. iGate Patni, IBM, Cyberroam, HCL, Mastech, Merittrack, Trend Micro, KPMG, our knowledge partner, and Lenovo, our network partner. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. And thank you all for coming and encouraging numbers. I would like the dignitaries to open up the expo, which is right outside. And we would rejoin again after 10 minutes for our next session, which is on e-governance success stories and opportunities.
सर आपण पुण्यामध्ये सुरू करतो पायलट एक विजयवाडा एरियामध्ये एलपीजी सिलेंडर घेतला तर आपल्याला हे द्यावं लागतं. दिस इज ऑफलाईन. Oh, अच्छा. You're taking them as partner. सर आपले 25,000 ग्रामपंचायतीमध्ये ह्या मशीन ठाकरे यांनी सर सर्व ठिकाणी
आमचं महायुद्ध व्हायबल होत नाही
कनेक्टेड. How many of them are connected? 18,000. No, independent. 2 towns have their own broadband. 6,000 broadband, 12,000.
Rajesh, in fact, this is the new this is small, there is no compromise desktop. We have seen generally factors which are very large. So this is the first time no compromise desktop with all the points shown up. Where is the hand? This is all designed obviously worldwide, but when we first introduced
Same.
what is the price range? It's now getting
10 micro antivirus security company है HCL अपना सर पार्टनर है बड़े HCL वाले पार्टनर I think settlement commissioner office में भी application है registration हुई